train jujitsu. So here's the thing. I train jujitsu at arguably, in my opinion, the best place called Silverback Jiu-Jitsu. Also Silverback Wrestling, because the great coaches are also wrestling instructors. And I think that's where jiu-jitsu is really headed. I think that jiu-jitsu is actually headed. If you don't have a clue what it means, it's basically like wrestling with submissions, right? It's the UFC stuff for those that don't have a clue what jiu-jitsu is. But I feel like everybody needs to learn it. And a side note, I feel like jiu-jitsu is being a lot less traditional, and it's starting to evolve into something that looks more like collegiate wrestling, like UFC style, right? With submissions. But anyway, moving on. So I think everybody needs to learn jiu-jitsu because it is essentially the only martial art that if there's a scenario where you can box or kickbox, or you have a gun or something like that, you can always run away. You are disconnected. But jiu-jitsu is really special because it's essentially the only martial art where you are connected to somebody, right? I mean, if somebody has a gun or a knife or they want to punch you or kick you or whatever, you can just run, right? But if somebody has a hold of you and you don't have a way of disconnecting from them, that is jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu is essentially the art of fighting while you're connected. And there's plenty of situations to where some guys grip. There could be somebody that maybe they lift more weights, they're exercise more. And if they come into a gym that trains jiu-jitsu, they can learn really quick how all of their athleticism and everything means absolutely nothing. I've seen plenty of girls fold guys in half, like a pretzel, just based off of technique. And when you have the ability to not just be able to run away from a fight, and that's on a hypothetical that you did want it to run, and if you're prepared for a situation when you can no longer run, okay, you can really dictate your life and your self-defense to the fullest. Okay, part of what jiu-jitsu is also is escaping. It's getting out from underneath. It is not just submitting somebody and finishing them, so to speak, choking them or doing whatever, right? But it teaches you how to disengage, how to get away, how to escape from the bottom or the side, or if some guy is on your back or whatever, right? And that's a crazy place to be in. You don't ever want to be in a situation to where someone's on top of you and they're trying to hit you, and you're focused on all the wrong elements and you don't really have a clue what to do. Ask yourself, if I would say less than 1% of everybody trains jiu-jitsu, this art form of wrestling and fighting. Again, I'm just trying to put it in a layman's definition, right? If a guy, okay, with technique or with no technique, okay, let's just say you didn't train jiu-jitsu and someone heavier than you or to be on top of you in an altercation, what would you do? What would you do? Now, let's replace that with somebody that you love. Let's say that it isn't you. Let's say somebody that you love is underneath somebody getting attacked. The attacker is on top, the individual that you love is on bottom, underneath them, right? Wouldn't you want them to train jiu-jitsu? Wouldn't you want them to know not just how to escape, but if they needed to, how to defend themselves to incapacitate that attacker, right? So, I mean, in all reality, you have a lot of choices in life, and you have a choice to run away from a fight. But when you don't have a choice anymore, because running away is no longer an option, you need to learn how to escape. And if you want to take it one step further, you can learn how to reverse a situation, how to put yourself on top, and how to even finish the guy, choke him, whatever, right? So that's my 2 cents as far as if you care about your life and you care about the life of somebody else, you shouldn't just train jiu-jitsu. You should get your loved ones to train jiu-jitsu. And you should let them know why. You should let them know, hey, listen, I love you and I care about you, so I'm going to put you into jiu-jitsu. I'm going to teach you how to do this, okay? Because even when you're experienced, it's the exact moves done, but just with more repetitions at the lowest level compared to at the highest level. Somebody told me once the only difference between a white belt and a black belt is a black belt is just a white belt that kept showing up. And that's pretty true for most things in life. You know, jiu-jitsu has a lot of kind of like family ties and culture and love and honor and respect and instruction, discipline. It's really great all around. I mean, the guys that I train jiu-jitsu with, they are essentially like an extension of me and my issues and my problems and my solutions, and we celebrate together and we come together, and it's great. It's really great. It's like a brotherhood in a different but similar way to how I look at the guys that I serve the military with, you know? So ultimately, I think everybody should train it. If you don't, do. And if you have someone that you love about, convince them to. Check it out. Look up Jiu-Jitsu. I'm Benja Welldone. Check me out. Train. Peace.